Welcome to Over 50 TV. My name is Lou Reyes. I am your host. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about a company called the Food Buggy. The Food Buggy was started by an entrepreneur, a guy named Ron Nelson. Now, a Food Buggy is a mobile platform. It's a platform that you can take just about anywhere. And inside his Food Buggy, you can prepare food, you can cook it, and you can sell food. And thanks to the miracle of the green screen, it looks like I'm sitting in a Food Buggy right now. You can see it behind me. So in this episode, I'm going to give you the interview that we had, and you'll learn a lot more about the Food Buggy and how it could help you to get into the food business. And that, my friends, is up next here on Over 50 TV. Welcome to Over 50 TV. On this channel, we serve up career tips, business startup suggestions, health and wellness advice, and never before seen real life stories. Almost everything a person over 50 needs to enjoy business, career, personal, and financial success is right here, right now on Over 50 TV. To subscribe to our channel, all you've got to do is hit that little red button. Hi, this is Lou Reyes with Over 50 TV, and I'm here with Ron Nelson. Ron is the owner of a cool company. His company is called Food Buggy, and I met Ron about 2-3 months ago. Ron was at a conference. I ended up sitting at a table with him, and I was pretty impressed with his business, what he's doing. I was definitely interested in the name Food Buggy, and I wanted to find out more about it. So I'm sitting here with Ron. We're in his showroom in what city is this? Macedonia, Ohio. And we are, his warehouse is attached, so if you end up hearing some noises, you'll probably just have to excuse that. But Ron, nice to see you again today. It's been a while, but I say 2 or 3 months?
Good to see you again, and it was a good conversation.
Yeah, enjoy talking with you. Ron, tell our audience here, what is Food Buggy?
Okay. Basically, Food Buggy is a mobile platform, and it's designed for entrepreneurs to get into the business of food.
Yeah.
It allows them we make various types of platforms. We do them as a custom unit. They can be anything from as simple as a sandwich or ice cream cart, even a hot dog cart, and to as complicated as a full service restaurant with bin hoods and all the other things. We also make customized units, which are like donuts, mobile donut shops.
Wow. Yeah, I saw them when we pulled up outside here, and what it is I'll put some video up here, I'll show our viewers what it looks like.
Okay.
But I think it's a really cool concept. So it's really a small unit that you can take just about anywhere. You could take it to a fair, somebody could take it to, I think you said something, you had one of your clients has one in an airport, and was it Hopkins Airport?
Yeah, yes.
So he sells food out of there.
Yeah.
How complicated is that, though? You've got a refrigerator inside, you've got stove burners, is that it too?
Well, a lot of our clients work with restaurants or commissaries, so that allows them not to have to carry as much. A lot of them do, once again, heating food is easier, but I have clients that have 36-inch griddles, propane griddles on there and so forth. So it's all a matter of what you want to do and how you want to present your product. So you can present it as if you are bringing your customers into the kitchen.
Yeah.
And what I like about the Buggy is it allows you to be eye to eye basically with your customer. You're not in a ivory tower.
Yeah.
You're not away from them, and that allows you to actually promote yourself and your business. And we try to keep our costs down so we can engage entrepreneurs, small businesses, and give them an opportunity to expand their exposure.
So now when you say you want to you try to keep your cost down, are you talking about the cost of the unit, the cost of the Food Buggy?
The cost of the Food Buggy itself, by looking at ways of designing it, where we incorporate different parts, we import parts, we also do a lot of parts that we use within the U.S. We try to make the best combination. Our goal is to basically build the entire unit here in the U.S. We do assembly here, we do design here.
Yeah.
And we design custom components, and we do engage in actually things that have been done for the first time.
Yeah. So if you're a small business owner, if you're somebody who wants to be a small business owner, an entrepreneur, this is a low-cost way to get into business, and it's a food business. So how much is a Food Buggy? What's like the average price? Or
the average price of our units are anywhere from 12 to 15,000, depending on the equipment. and how you buy the equipment, because we're more than welcome to install equipment you have as long as it meets our specifications. We try to encourage people to also to engage in as much of the process as possible in terms of putting in a refrigerator. It's not hard, but if they do that, they save themselves money.
Yeah.
So we try to engage and find out what they're comfortable with. We can do the whole thing, or we can do as little as possible.
Wow. Well, it's a real interesting concept. Now, how did you get into it? How did you start?
My background was in manufacturing, and with that background, I took and said, after meeting so many people who wanted to get in business, I said, there's no way I'm not going to give them the opportunity. It became kind of a passion for me to give an individual a chance where they couldn't buy or afford to buy a full food truck, didn't want to only work in a restaurant, they wanted to have their own business. And that was the driving force. And as I talked to people and got more and more people, the engagement and feedback, I wound up getting clients from all over the country.
Wow.
We've got clients in New York, Kentucky. I actually have one in Toronto, Canada. So I can claim I'm an international company.
Yeah, that's always a good claim. So what's been your biggest challenge with this business? You've been in business for, I think you told me, 4 years?
4 years.
What's been your biggest challenge?
Well, the biggest challenge is making the product known to people.
Yeah.
And then recognizing that the limitations are, if you want to see the product and we want to talk about it, I either have to come to you or you have to come to me, and it's hard to bring my product to you.
Yeah.
So it's easier for people to come to me. So many of our clients come in from out of state, and we talk, we design, and then our process is we lay it out, we then give you the drawings and so forth to take to your health department. Once your health department approves it, that's when we start to do final design and assembly.
Yeah.
And so we get that together, and then we work from there.
So you said you have customers all over the world.
Yeah. Well, and basically I said I'm international.
I should say, yeah.
Because I got a customer, and I do get inquiries, and we've got a second customer that should be in Canada. So we're in Canada. I'm not in Mexico. We do get inquiries from different parts of the world, especially England and Belgium, strangely enough.
Wow.
But I tell them that I can't really support what they want because I don't know enough. I do know enough to design it. Yeah. But right now, I'm not comfortable with having a customer that I can't really engage and support the way I think they need to be supported.
So what does a customer do? You get a customer, they hear about you, they come into your showroom, and then you sit down with them, and like you said earlier, you said you just want to find out what their needs are. Right. And what the requirements are. And one thing I noticed on the website, you really were specific, and I was kind of surprised to see this. You let them know that they need to get permits from the city. I mean, it seems like that's something you're emphasizing.
Oh, yes, because within the U.S., every city and municipality has different rules and guidelines. I mean, you have the state general guidelines, but it can vary based on counties, based on cities and their requirements and where you're operating from. Most cities and counties basically are wherever you operate from, that's the rules you have to follow. Yeah. And it's very important that you do that. Otherwise, you can't be in business.
So do you recommend that somebody, if I came into you and I said, hey, I want to do this, do you recommend the first step isn't the design? First step should be going to the city and see what the requirements are?
As a matter of fact, normally when I get the first inquiry, I send them a questionnaire sheet. It's a 2-page sheet, and it literally covers the core questions and elements that almost every food health department, fire department inquire and ask about. Yeah. I said, then talk about your product, your project with them, and then let them identify what you have to have. Now we can then talk about what we design for you, because now we know it's going to work within their guidelines. We'll do the drawings, so forth, etc. Look at the equipment, and then make a product.
You know, it's funny, I'm listening to you and I'm thinking, one of the things, thinking back, but one of the things that intrigued me about this whole business, it really is, and I kind of alluded to it earlier, it really is a low-cost way of getting into a business. I mean, somebody could do this on a weekend.
Yes.
They could take it out on a weekend, they can go, like we mentioned earlier, I mentioned a fair, they can go to an event, and they could this could be a side business.
And that's the key. It doesn't require you to invest your life in order to get it. It says you have to have the passion, but it gives you the tool to invest it, and it to the degree that you can even get 2 or 3 people to say, okay, we're going to do these on the weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
I will do some during the week and so forth. So if you got different schedules, you can actually use the same unit. We have customers that actually use the unit, and they have this what's similar to this, but it's on the side of the buggies. I'm going to show you. Is it with a magnetic cover?
Yeah, yeah.
So you literally put the magnetic cover, and you become from this barbecue unit to a Cajun unit to a Chinese unit,
wow.
because that's what it says on the front.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
if this is what you serve, that's it. And that's one of the great things about food. It's a great equalizer. It doesn't care who cooks it. It only cares how you cook it.
Oh, yeah. And how it tastes.
And how it tastes.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So you cook it right, it's going to taste good.
Oh,
You
yeah.
cook it wrong, it's not going to be good. And we basically say our product will bring the customer to you the first time, because I think it's attractive and so forth. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
small, mobile.
It's unique.
And it's unique. But for the customer to come back, that's your job.
Well, listen, what I want to do is, look, if you could, tell our viewer, what do you want them to know about your business and about Food Buggy?
Well, basically, what I'd like to say is that the Food Buggy is a platform, a tool for people to get into business. And it can be used for food, it can be used for other things, such as T-shirts, jewelry, perfume,
Yeah.
across the board. It's a platform. So we talk about it as food because that becomes its natural pull.
Sure.
But we've done a design for a pet wash. So
Oh, yeah.
it goes across the board. If your imagination is your only limitation, that's
Yeah.
basically what we look at. That allows people to engage in a passion that they have,
Wow.
and that's what it is. Basically, it's a platform for your passion.
Well, I'm passionate about business. I know you are too. I'm really glad we got a chance to sit down today and talk, because I think it was so important. I mean, this could help so many people who want to start a business, as I mentioned, and they're looking at it. The barrier to entry is always about money. It's how much money do I have to invest? But with this, you get the permit. You find out about what your requirements are. You come sit down with you in your showroom, talk to you on the phone, and in a couple of months, I guess, right? A couple of months, you got a business.
Right. I mean, it normally takes us our order, because we got back orders and so forth. It's about 90 to 120 days in
Okay.
total.
Wow.
But what we do is, once we have the information, we're clear, then we start the clock.
Wow.
And we've done them as quickly as 60 days, depending on what the orders are, and as long as 120. So I give that window, because I don't want to disappoint people or
Yeah,
make their
sure.
plans go off. So that's the key. You can never make them unhappy by delivering early.
No, I think
But
that's a strategy people use,
So given that, though, that is the core behind what we're trying to do in terms of giving a platform for people to have and use it for their business to grow their passion, whatever it may be.
Yeah. Well, I just love the idea. I love what you're doing. I think, as I mentioned, it can definitely help people. And I'm really glad that I had a chance to sit down here with Ron today. And I know it was kind of a little bit of a short notice, I think. A little bit.
It was a short notice, but a pleasant notice.
Yeah,
So once again,
good.
you were interested, and I remembered our conversation. I said, well, I like talking with him there. I'll talk to him here.
Well.
And that's basically what it came down to.
Well, thanks, Ron. I appreciate that. And I'll tell you, if you're interested in the Food Buggy, you're going to love talking to Ron. Ron cares. He's got a great concept, a great business, and I think the price is right. This is Lou Reyes with Over 50 TV, and I want to thank you for watching, and have a great day, everybody.
Yeah.